Who's the best rapper alive? Who's the top 5 rappers? Dylan. Shout out, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't feel like really going in the office. I just wanted to do a quick live stream, but I wanted to spit something for you so you understand what's going on out here in these streets. Couple of things. Number one, and most importantly, did y'all see what they did the House vote on the no tax on tips recently? So the House does vote on the Trump tax plan, which includes no tax on tips for the average citizen, and all the Democrats vote against it. Every last one of them voted against it. Everybody in their club got tipsy all at the same time. But remember, Kamala Harris came out and she was like, yeah, my tax plan is no tax on tips. And I feel overburdened by the underburden of the revelation, but no tax on tips. And then Jim Carvel's been going out in the news. Hello, Jim Carvel. And he been saying, yeah, the Trump administration, this Jim Carvel, Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans are, you know, the poll numbers is down. I don't have no drink to act like Jim Carvel. But it's amazing to me that the hypocrisy these people show is just blatant. And it goes on the record. And it's real-time hypocrisy. And everybody act like they don't see it. It's amazing to me that everybody acts like they just ignore it. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna be a hypocrite. Now you got AOC, you got Caterpillar Eyes, you got Section 8 Obama, Jeffries. They're all coming out attacking Doge and everything else, trying to save money, while simultaneously they sitting there giving tax cuts to the average American citizen. And then it's crazy. And everybody want to fight it. At this point in time, matter of fact, let me go Hakeem Jeffries. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't understand and see that the Democratic Party is not the old Democratic Party, then you are legally blind. And you need to get a surgery for your cataracts in your eyes. This is Hakeem Jeffries. I will be running for president of the United States of America. They call me the Section 8 Barack Hussein Obama. The light-skinned assassin is who I am. It's insane. And it's an insane world we live in where people don't get it. Now watch this. This is the worst thing about it all. If you really read the news, matter of fact, let me explain to you guys how to do it. I'll pull up a news story. This is what I do. Pull up a news story. I'll read it. I'll watch the video. And I sit there and I say, God, what are they saying? And then I'll be quiet. I do this all the time before I do videos. And a lot of times simultaneously while I'm watching stuff, I'm saying in my head, God, what are they saying? When you read the news that came out about the NSA with their little chat groups, I'm going all Hakeem Jeffrey hand movements for the rest of this video. You know what I'm saying? So just be prepared to see my hands moving back and forth. I'm doing the Hakeem Jeffries. When you see the videos the articles about the NSA coming out saying that, and they have these chat rooms where they're having these conversations. When you see the articles that come out about the CIA people saying that they're going to give secrets to foreign nations, you realize that there's a pure full-on war going on inside the intelligence agencies of America. It's called gray mailing when they use foreign secrets as leverage to keep their jobs. Really, it's blackmailing. But when assets do it, it's called gray mailing. But when the agents do it, it's blackmailing. But you got to understand it's deeper than that. So imagine right here is the agents in the CIA. Then right here is the assets in the CIA. And you got all these people that's assets from foreign nations all over the United States of America. All over the place. Told y'all, New Orleans, we know these things. Because you run into people. Black man, where you from? I'm from Saudi Arabia. How you get here? Oh, I can't tell you about that, my brother. Well, man, you want to buy us all drinks? And yes, I'll buy you anything for you, brother. No, I don't trust you, son. I don't know who you is. Yeah, because they assets. So understand what's really going on. The war that's playing out in front of your face. And then I want you to understand another thing. Donald Trump had 4 years, 1, 2, 3, 4 count, to sit there and plan. Let me see something. Okay, it doesn't even be anytime soon, but sometime. Okay. Donald Trump had 4 years to plan. And him and whoever was helping him had 4 years to plan what's going on. So when you see these moves being made and they're hitting the news, a lot of these things they saw coming. For it would be crazy. Somebody gave me $4. Who gave me $4? Tia, thank you. That's a good old fashioned cheap cigar I can smoke right there. I get $4 more, I can give me one of these. Watch this. They had 4 years to plan on this. So when you sit and you read the news, read it from a 100,000-foot point of view and say, all right, am I hearing the whole truth, the partial truth, or am I hearing what they want me to hear? I said it in my other video that when Elon Musk sent out the email to everybody, it was the most genius thing to expose to the American people that you have entitled people inside the U.S. government who are entitled, and they all came out crying and sniveling. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to move. Because remember, it started off with telling them they need to come back to the office. That was the first thing. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to move. My family, we're gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to go into the office. Then it went to tell us what you do. What you're watching is you're watching them systematically show and prove that there are people inside the government that need to be fired. And then the people turn around, they come out and they start going crazy and they say all the stuff that you could possibly say to prove to the American people that they need to be fired. Because the majority of the American people who are hardworking people, they know that you got to get up and go to work. They know that there's a certain level of accountability and responsibility at their jobs. And so the average American citizen is sitting back and saying, hold on, man, I got to go to work and I got to tell everything I do. I don't just get to sit on my behind and get paid. Then there's a deeper level. Deeper than that. Yesterday, they disclosed that they saved something like $100 billion by closing down offices that had phone lines running into the offices and had computers in the offices, but nobody was there. I'm going to say it again. There's an office with phone lines active in the office, computers in the office, desks in the office, but nobody's there. And the thing that amazes me is nobody understands that, bro, there ain't nothing but a whole bunch of boiler rooms. I mean, a whole bunch of boiler rooms. You would be amazed at how much of the damn fraud that's going on in America is coming out of them damn government office buildings. But if you just sit back and look at it, I mean, just look. Don't be a Hakeem. Don't be a Jasmine Crockett. Don't be a, what's your girl's name? The bald head chick on MSNBC that lost her job. Don't be a Joy Reid. Just don't look at them. Think for yourself. And then you realize that all these people, all the people that's on the news that are sitting there defending it, is literally defending the people that are screwing you over on a level that everybody should go to prison. All of them should be in prison. Handcuffs for everybody. Another example. I was somebody in the comments was like, I was talking about the list that everybody wants to see come out. Somebody in the comments was like, we'll never get the list. We'll never get this. They're deleting the data in the servers. And again, I say to you this. Just consider for a moment. I mean, really consider for a moment. The news, read the news article. It said, the headline was FBI agents deleting blank files. Then you read deeper, it says, caught deleting these files? What does it mean when you get caught? I'm just what does it mean when you get caught? Then when you go back and you think about how they played the hand was played where Pam Bondi came out and said, I have the files on my desk right now. They were putting the people in a panic for a reason. So Cash Patel gets confirmed. They put the people in a panic. They start going to mess around. Then Luna comes out, and Luna puts even more pressure. Well, I don't understand why, we haven't had these files. They put the people in a panic. Think about it. If you got an office building full of enemies and you going into your office and you don't know who's who, what's what, but you have the ability through people like Elon Musk, and I ain't no telling who them little hacker kids is they got. If there's no motion, then you can't see what's going on. You got to provoke the people to move. We got the list. It's on my desk right now. And then they're like, oh, crap. They got the list. They got the list. They got the list. It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. You know what I'm saying? Remember the big kid in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, Gustav, or what his name was? So he went over there and he started drinking the chocolate like this. That's them. They lost their mind. They drinking the chocolate directly out the river. Then they fell in the chocolate river, and the Oompa Loompas came and trying to get them. They got sucked up in the thing. That's what happened to them. Oompa Loompa doopity-doo. My wife destroyed that movie for me because we was watching it one day. She said, "Babe, you know that Willy Wonka is a PDF file." I said, "Damn, girl, why you did that to me? This is one of my favorite childhood movies." She was like, "Well, he got a creepy factory, and he got all these kids coming into the factory, and then at the end, all the kids just disappearing in the factory. Where they going? What's happening?" I said, "Girl, stop it. You're messing up my childhood. You're destroying my childhood right now." Anyway, the point I'm making is they set a trap and they keep falling into the traps. And you see it all over the place, man. I mean, you literally, it's like they came in office and they set 1 million traps and snares. And because the Democratic Party is crazy, they like, yeah, la 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 la, crack. Oh my hand. And then they don't get their hand out of one trap, they go to that crack, by the other hand in the trap. It's right there in front of you. These people crazy. Don't believe me? Watch this. He says, he being Donald Trump, says, we're banning men and women's sports. And we're not giving any federal dollars for it. Nobody's getting any federal dollars. And I'm Donald J. Trump, make America great again. Then he gives a press conference with all the governors. And then he targets the governor of Maine. I think it's Maine. Governor of Maine says, "I see you in court." Right? Then they release a phone call. Think about it. They release a presidential phone call, the audio of a presidential phone call where the president is calling the governor of Maine he and him. Nobody says, bro, how they leak a presidential phone call? Nobody asks that question except for Stankonia, because I'm sitting there listening to it. I say, nah, either this is fake or the games that Donald be playing is so vicious and so mean. I don't want this man to be my enemy. Nobody should want that man to be their enemy. Because his chess moves it's like 18-dimensional chess moves. So not everybody understands why the governor of Maine wants to keep it in the sports, because the governor of Maine is masquerading as a woman. It's right there in front of you. And the beauty of it is this. That little rumor intelligence is what it would really kind of be. That little rumor intelligence takes legs of its own, and then they support it as it comes out. And it's like, it gets a little bit of leg. It's like a baby. It start crawling, then it start walking. Next thing you know, it's strutting, doing a moonwalk. Like, being a genius, not my lover. And that's what it is. And it's right there. Boom. But it's happening so fast, and it's happening every day, it's hard to keep up with. It's like boom, 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 boom. Like I rolled over this morning, said my prayers, popped my phone, look, swing through. So, oh man, these people getting destroyed again. Yeah, 6:30 this morning, they getting their foot put up their behind. Who gets their butt whooped at 6:30 in the morning? Think about it. The only person that's up at 6:30 in the morning getting a spanking is a kid on the way to school acting a fool in the back seat of the car. And that's what they end up being, children in the back seat of the car getting a spanking. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The judges come out and demand that the executive branch has to release the funds to the NGOs, to the nonprofit organizations. They're so dumb. I mean, think about it. We've had the opportunity. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, man. Thank you, Spirit Field. We had 193 people, 87 likes. The reason why I don't be screaming about the like button is because if you're just gonna be selfish, I mean that's just your nature. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna be inconsiderate, that's your nature. Then I just gotta find people who are more considerate instead of sitting here hit the like button. No. If you inconsiderate, that's your nature, and you're gonna pay the price for being inconsiderate throughout your whole life. Now, if you want to work on being inconsiderate, hit the button. Be mindful and be conscious of other people and their needs. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Let me get back to what I was saying, but thank you, Spirit Phil. So we find ourselves in a situation where the president of the United States is doing. I mean, it's like we're watching an orchestra, and he's the guy at the front, and he's managing it, moving his hands, and people only seeing the violin players. Because maybe they got some overly exaggerated violin player. They like this. Probably a black dude over there going hard. He's like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody distracted by him over there. That Negro just going hard. Beautiful music. But you got to look at the rest of the orchestra. And when you look at the rest of it, you're like, man, this is beautiful. This is amazing. I ain't never heard nothing like this in my life. Look at this. I'm just trying to get you to see the whole orchestra playing. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do. I don't know why y'all playing in them chats. Kong in them chats, bro. Kong, my big homie. He ain't gonna be playing with you like that. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. I'm sorry, you can't. You just can't unsee it. And don't think for a second that the firing of certain people inside of the media is not directly associated with those people being like CIA operatives. It's known. For example, it's known that Anderson Cooper is a CIA operative. It's known. It's on the record. So if Anderson Cooper is an operative, this is the thing that kills me about people. What make you think they ain't got no black people that CIA operatives that was in the media? I don't even understand how people don't get it. For one moment, what makes you think there's no black CIA operatives in the media? Remember, I downloaded the USAID data. I parsed the data. Took a long time on my computer to parse the data. Froze my damn computer. And I had to sit there and let it just do it. When you start searching through the data and you find that there's buildings in your city that you could drive by the building that houses a whole organization and ain't no people inside that building. You sit there and say to yourself, somebody gave me $10 this is Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. You say to yourself, while you're sitting outside that building smoking your cigar, you say, self, now this is a whole building. And this thing says that this building, this organization inside this building got $5 million. This is a damn abandoned building. And you say to yourself, self, do we need to be talking about this? That's when you know. All you gotta do is look at the data. You can go to that website, look at the data, just pull up an address, pop it in there. Boing. So it's clear. You got so many operatives running around doing what they do because they was paid to do it. And so as you see them wrestle control of the CIA, wrestle control of the FBI, wrestle control of everything else, you're going to see them people dropping off, bing, 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 or they're going to have to take a change of stance. Now, watch this. I don't know what Anderson Cooper doing right now because I don't really pay no attention to Anderson Cooper. But I'd be interested in seeing how Anderson Cooper spins and twists and get out of it. I'd be real interested. Louisiana Doug gave him a chin. Thank you, homie. I'd be interested in seeing how Anderson Cooper work his way out of it. You know what I'm saying? When you really look at it, it's amazing. It's really amazing. You know, the other thing that got me was, February is Black History Month. It's Black History Month. And the whole month was gobbled up by the Democrats fighting over illegals and stolen money. That's what's been in the news cycle. The one thing that actually happened for Black History Month was that a whole bunch of streamers went to the White House. Thank you, Kelly. The whole bunch of streamers went to the White House, right? So all these streamers go to the White House, black streamers. They people in there with their babies, right? Like fathers in there with their daughters in their arms, like this, standing in the White House, talking to the president of the United States. And then the black pastors come out and they like, yeah, there's a group of black streamers that went into the White House and and this group of coons has went into the White House. And hold on, bro. The same pastor that was calling all them people coons, you the same one that was dancing a jig for Kamala Harris with the AKAs in your church. And had she won, your Negro behind would have been in the White House with her. So the difference between going to the White House is when somebody goes to the White House with somebody you agree with. Now, quite frankly, I know why the pastor pissed off. You want to know why? The pastor is pissed off because all that money that he was going to get from Kamala through USAID, your little NGO nonprofit ain't getting that money. And he lucky I ain't president because I ordered the piss out of him. Ordered him. Boom. Let's see what they've been doing over there since you got so much to say. Yeah, it'd be coming straight off my desk. Ordered him. And that's the worst thing. There's a podcast I did an interview with. It's called Black Christian Conservative. Damn it. Cool dude. We did it for our spiritual warfare weekend. Coolest dude on the planet. And he focuses on the black church and politics. The biggest sellout to America, because it affects and influences 14% of America, which affects overall America, is the church with their foolishness. The black pastors with their foolishness, where it's just you preaching racism. I'm sorry. And I have friends who are pastors. Yeah, BCP, that's him. Thank you. No, that's Black Conservative Perspective. That's not him. That's the dude. That dude is hilarious. What I like about Black Conservative Perspective is they got two of them. They got the original Black Conservative Perspective, then they got Black Conservative Perspective. I'm talking about the dude that just sit there with the white background, he just at a white wall, and he'd be cracking me up. That dude is hilarious. Like he's freaking hilarious. Back to what I was saying. I got distracted. Stay focused, James. Stay focused. The point I'm making is this. You got a segment of the population that's been 14% forever. And that 14% has been occupied by anti-American forces that are socialists and communists, and is reinforced in the church. And you see the socialism all in the community, where you can drive from a white neighborhood, cross over a street, and go into a black-run neighborhood or black-run district, and the streets is run down, the trash is everywhere. Come out of that district and go into a white-run district, and it's different. And everybody want to blame the white man. No, can't blame the white man for all your problems. White man ain't all your problems. Have there been some white men that's your problem? Hell yeah. Anybody who say that, they ain't crazy. They're crazy. But until that segment of the population gets their mind right, thank you, Bayou Meme, My liberal DIL got bit in the until that part of the population really understands that you an American, then America can't truly be great. First of all, we got to get them to understand that you an American. You was born in America. And stop defending people coming here illegally. How do you brainwash somebody to believe that somebody who walked across the border yesterday is equal to you? How? So, don't get me wrong. I think we're headed there. You see it, but it's going to take a little bit more breaking and conditioning, because it's a conditioning that people have. And it's generational conditioning. It's breaking though. But see them passes like that one? Yeah. What's his name? Jamal Bryant? That's his name, was Jamal Bryant. Passes like Jamal Bryant is Satan himself. That's Lucifer wrapped in a Negro burrito skin. And you can send it to him, because I said it, Jamal, your Negro behind is Lucifer. Yeah. You is Satan himself with that foolishness. Any black person should be privileged to go to the White House. But then simultaneously, like, we black people built the White House. Okay, so then the Negro went to the White House and you unhappy because he went to the White House. We built the White House. We the slaves. We built it. Okay. It's our house. Okay, well, go to the house then. And don't talk about nobody when they go to the house. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But that's how they get their money. Because they're voting blocks. So in Atlanta, that church is a 20,000 member voting block. If I want to get the vote, I need to go to this church because they got 20,000 people that they can get out to go to the polls. Shit. I think that's all I got to say. I don't like going past my mark, because that's all I got. When I go past my mark is when I make mistakes. Man, thank y'all for these super chats. Every last one of y'all, man. You understand, I'm not a person that normally get no chats, no supers whatsoever. I really appreciate it. It make me feel good inside to know that somebody appreciate me enough to give me $10, $12, $19, $1. It makes you feel warm inside, man. You really do. It make you feel warm inside. It's showing love, and I appreciate it. I ain't lying to you. I do. Every time somebody give me something, I appreciate it. Because, boy, when I tell you, I be earning it, I earn everything. The hard way, too, sometimes. I'm going to say another little thing real quick that I think people should know. They got some people that listen to me that still do some things they shouldn't be doing. Y'all do realize that the FBI has to do their job now, right? So if you out here in these streets doing things you ain't supposed to do, understand them people have to do their job. And you did hear them talking about death sentences and life sentences for drug dealers, and sending drug dealers to Guantanamo Bay. I just want to make sure everybody understand what's being said in the news. Sometimes people don't have no time to watch the news. They too busy being Rick Ross. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm Guantanamo Bay. And, bruh, y'all better chill. Y'all better sit down. I said in one stream before, you better sit down somewhere. Them boys ain't playing. All them little open active investigations, they got to start closing them out. They can't be dragging their feet no more, playing games. Because that's how they get to take their coffee breaks to chill. Well, what did you do today? Well, we're still looking into this case with this guy over here. I'm looking at this case with this guy over here, and this. And now they're like, nah, I got, hey, we got to close some of these down. Y'all be careful out here in these streets, man. Be careful. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back with a long video. I'm going here to do, I feel like I could do a 3-hour video. I just don't feel like everybody gonna watch all 3 hours. I mean, I really could hit a 3 hours, so much stuff, but I don't feel like everybody gonna hit all 3 hours. So I feel like I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna go do 3 hours, then I'm gonna chop it up. But the problem is, if you chop it up by tomorrow, those 3 hours for the day, it's no longer any good. And then my problem is I'm always kind of ahead of the news cycle because we really do be like 2 days ahead. Like if you remember, I told you guys last week, I said, hey, by next week, we're going to have an end to the Ukraine war. I said, well, I said the next 2 weeks we'll have an end to the Ukrainian war. Coming to this week, they're talking about they bringing an end to the Ukrainian war and they're sign peace deals, because you can see them signaling everything in the news by the way they talk. You could literally watch them signaling it. Like if you watch Trump and then you watch Putin and then you watch Zelensky and then you go back to Putin, then you go to Trump, then you go to Zelensky, you can say, okay, there's a deal that's already made. It's a preliminary deal. They even admitting there's a preliminary deal, but Zelensky was around here playing games. Then they came out and they said, well, Zelensky, if you don't do this, then your general's going to take you out. And I was like, okay, so now they got the leverage on Zelensky. So Zelensky's got the, like a little kid, he's going to cry and whining, I don't want to end the war. I want to keep stealing money from everybody all over the planet. I want to blow up the world and be rich. Doing lines of cocaine. I want to be rich. I want to be rich. It's my dream. I'm Zelensky. I want to be rich. And then it comes out today, Trump and Zelensky signed a deal on the rare earth minerals. Now, if you're really thinking about it, put yourself in Donald Trump's shoes and the president's shoes. We done gave this clown all this money. I want my money back. I already got the war negotiated. I'm trying to get the money because we wasted a lot of money over here. So we done negotiated into the war. Now I need my thing. I need my paper back because Joe Biden just gave you money. Why? Because Joe Biden was just embezzling money. So now how do I get my money back for the American people and recoup what Joe Biden did illegally? No, I need to get my money back. Now it could be a level deeper than that. They could be negotiating to pull money back from Ukraine directly from bank accounts in Ukraine that was sent over there, has been hidden and put in different places. But guess what? Ukraine finna become a debtor, so they owe us paper. That's all I'm saying. One way or the other, you got to get your money. So, Zelensky, you're going to give me my bread. Now we can end this war now that I got my agreement. Then you notice Putin came out and Putin said, hey, in the Donbass region, we'll do a deal with you where we'll give you rare earth minerals and things of this nature. If you would have just write it all down on a piece of paper, what was said and what was, you saw the negotiation points as they talked. You see what they were negotiating over right there. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. One love from Minnesota. Before we get out of here, shout out, tell me where everybody's from, man. Let me see where I got people from. I got anybody from Germany or France, Indonesia, China, the Chinese people. Y'all do know I did paranormal interviews in China. That was wild. To have them like speaking Chinese, have it translated to English, listen to it, then speak in English, listen to it being translated in Chinese. That was wild. And that was like 5 years ago. Jersey, Baton Rouge, South California, Wilmington, Delaware, Indiana, Texas, Iowa, Alabama. That's it. That's the only place y'all from? North Carolina, West Helena, Arkansas, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Canada, Colorado, Missouri, New York City, Maryland, Atlantic City, Tennessee, from the Bay. Yeah, the whole country really is here. That's a good demographic. Everybody all around the country. People all over the world. My man said he in Alaska, Arizona. We got any Canadians here? Anybody from Canada in here? Because I want the Canadians, I do have a few people that listen from Canada. I want people in Canada to know something. The American people don't hate you. The American people, ain't nobody trying to go to war with you. That's your news media lying to you. For real. American people don't hate you. And quite frankly, American people ain't worried about you. If I can speak for the majority of the American people, we got stuff we got to worry about that we try to deal with. So I don't know why Your news media is trying to tell you that we about to have a war with you. But you do realize if we do have a war with you, you're going to get your butt whooped. So you should probably tell your news media to calm down, calm down, calm down. Anybody trying to have no war? If you really go read the Canadian news guys, it's just like, you'll see it in the news, you'll see it on their social media, and they're like, yeah, America wants to go to war with Canada. Man, y'all crazy. And then you look social, and it's like their younger social media influencers that's running their mouth. Bro, y'all crazy. I mean, you really are crazy. Just calm down. You don't want that smoke. And that's not even necessary. Really, it's not necessary. But you're going to find out when you see what happened to the cartels, because it's already happening to the cartels right now. You're going to find out when it hit the news what's happening to the cartels, why you don't want that smoke. So y'all just need to calm down. That's all I'm saying. Just bring it down a few notches. Canadian. You know what I'm saying? Just bring it down. You don't want that smoke. You don't want these crazy little dudes that we got around here going over there. Them dudes is on a whole nother level. Y'all notice, you'll never see no YouTube videos of no Canadian Special Forces dude, right? Like you see like YouTube, like Special Forces YouTube. If you just they know Special Forces Canadian YouTube channels blowing up. You wanna know why? Wonder why? Because we go fight everybody battles. So our special forces, that the people who are allowed to speak, who by the way are allowed to speak by your federal government, if you ain't figured that foolishness out, you got to be crazy. And they're allowed to speak because they need to rebrand the military to have some actual young men to go into the military. That's part of the reason why they do that. That's just a fraction of the mad, crazy savages that we have. Like the sheriff of Baghdad that just blew up. John Shrek, whatever. Come on, bro. Look at that dude. Go look him up. He got a gray beard, tall dude, and he'd be like, and he funny, but he'd be like, so yeah, you know, we went into Bagra, Baghdad, and I drove in by myself, and you know, it's one of those things where, you know, when you're pulling up to a base like that at night, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, people start taking shots at you. And, you know, the most dangerous thing is to drive around in the desert at night. Man, that man done murdered everybody. Look at his eye. Everybody. He done everybody in Afghanistan. He done killed them all. He was like, yeah, I go on missions by myself. Like, that man murdered everybody he get his hands on. You can look at his eyes and tell. I went on the mission by myself. And yeah, you know, I'm in this hut. And, you know, when you go in, you know, I wouldn't go to sleep because, you know, you'll wake up tied up. And so, you know, me and this guy, we're in this hut and we're in a jingle truck. And you know what a jingle truck is? And he's telling the story, bouncing around in the story, because it's a real story. He bouncing to the jingle truck, bouncing to being in the house, bouncing back and forth, because he reliving while he's talking it. And he said, you know, and then the sun rises and I got the hell out of there. I didn't talk about what else he said was going on, but there were some foul things going on. And he was trying to make a decision if he was going to help stop the foul things and blow his mission or stay on his mission. That's one of them. One. That one alone is hell on high water. He's hell on wheels. And you can look in his eyes and tell. Even when he being funny, it ain't funny. It's crazy funny. He did a video this morning. Yeah, 6:30 in the morning. And, you know, I've been doing the interviews where I'm going out to dinner and I'm doing things, but sometimes you got to get out the range and we got to do what we got to do. Get ready to set up my targets. Yeah, click. Like, man, that dude crazy. He straight up crazy. In a good way, but crazy. You can look at him and tell he's crazy. And he's one. Multiply that by 10,000. Man, y'all better sit down. Y'all better sit all the way down.